What is going on YouTube? It's Diver, and today we're going to be taking a look at Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and the amount of deaths you get in multiplayer. If you think you are getting too many deaths per game in multiplayer, then you clicked on the right video. Today I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks, and my personal tips and tricks on how to get less deaths per game. Now the first tip I have for you today is to get used to the new movement system. Now I know the game's been out for 2 to 3 months, but I'll still see a lot of people trying to adjust to the new movement system. They try to wall run and shoot me, but they can't because their accuracy is just so bad. What I recommend doing is finding a friend, going in private match, mostly on Nuketown or Combine, and playing a game of tag. Take out your fists and just G-slide, slide, wall run, boost jump, and play tag with each other. Take out your fist. If you're chasing your friend, kill him, and once you kill him, wait for him to catch up to you, and then try to chase away from him. Once he kills you, you start the process over again. Now I played this with a buddy of mine the other day on Nuketown, and I thought this was a great way to get used to the new movement system, because you're getting used to, if you're trying to learn how to G-slide, you'll learn how to G-slide well. You want to use the wall run to your advantage and try to get really good at it and going back and forth and really fast, and guess what, you're going to be able to do that. Now next tip I have for you today is to correctly pick your specialist. Now I see a lot of people picking a random specialist because they're trying to get the challenges done, but if you want to get the amount of deaths you have per game to be lower, then choose the correct specialist. Now I have a list of specialists for you that I recommend you use, and if you like one of them, then use them. If you don't, try to get used to them, because these will save your life in a lot of situations. And what I have for you is Overdrive, Vision Pulse, Glitch, Active Camo, and Heatwave. Now I'll explain why I picked each of these, but before I get into that, I know a lot of people are going to be saying, why isn't Rejack on here? Well, the reason I don't like Rejack is because even though you get back up and you don't actually die, it counts as a death. Now that is one more death toward the death that you don't want in your leaderboards, and you're encouraging yourself to die in order to get that next kill, which it's really not a win-win. It's basically spawning in the exact same place with the possibility of being spawn trapped. Now for Overdrive, what I recommend is when you're getting shot at and you're in a tight situation, hit that Overdrive, activate it, and run away. Try to stay alive the best you can, and Overdrive is a quick way to get out of tight situations. Next is Vision Pulse. Vision Pulse is great when you're in the enemy spawn and you're in a building, they don't know you're there, and you're trying to slay or run away, you don't know where to go, and you're on a high streak. Click that Vision Pulse, you can see them through the wall, you can either choose to contact them and win a gunfight, hopefully win a gunfight, or you can run away to safety. Now Glitch is one of my favorite just because of the fact that it's taken me out of so many tight situations. Now if you're getting shot at, or you see the whole enemy team in front of you and you know that you cannot take them out with your whatever weapon you're using, and guess what? Activate that Glitch. Now Glitch will basically send you back to a point in time. I forget how many steps it actually is, but it sends you back in time to a point where you're most likely going to be safe. Now sometimes you'll glitch in front of an enemy, but in most cases you won't. And once you glitch, you can either have the option to approach and challenge the enemy at a different level of what you were doing before, a different way, or you could choose to run away. Now Active Camo is kind of self-explanatory just because of the fact that if you're trying to get past an enemy or you're being spawn trapped, you can hit that Active Camo and run away. Just remember, as soon as you start shooting while you're in Active Camo, your Active Camo disappears. Now the final specialist I have that I recommend for you to get out of tight situations and die less is the Heatwave. Now Heatwave is basically used when you're not winning a gunfight and you want to get out of it. Now if you're in search and destroy and you're trying to stay alive, for instance, if you see an enemy, Heatwave them right away because you don't want a chance dying and leaving your teammates to have to carry you. If you're in a 1v1 gunfight with an enemy, I do recommend using Heatwave because 90% of the time it will save your butt. Now that 10% of the time you don't really need it because you know you're going to be good, but a lot of time Call of Duty is connection based, as we all know, so using Heatwave is a great way to win a gunfight or get out of a tight situation. Now the next tip I have for you is to use the right perks. I see a lot of people running the most random perks and expecting to do well with them. I understand if you're going for challenges, but if you're not, I recommend running these perks. I recommend running Ghost. Why? To stay off the radar and the enemy minimap when they call in a UAV. Hardwired because I personally don't like Sixth Sense, nor do I like Tracker. Dead Silence is always a staple to me because I know there are so many players out there who have headsets that can hear my footsteps. And Blast Suppressor is great just because it will keep you off of the enemy minimap and the minimap in general from you and your teammates or wherever. It'll also reduce the noise made while you're sliding, jumping, etc. Now last tip I have for you today is to use the correct weapons. I always see people using weapons that they're very uncomfortable with winning in a gunfight. Now I understand if you're trying to get dark matter and you want to use every single weapon, weapon. But if you're not trying to get dark matter, you're just trying to have fun with the game, get high kill gameplays, get all your streaks, and guess what? Use weapons that you're confident you will win a gunfight with 90% of the time. Now there are 2 weapons that I recommend using a suppressor on if you really hardcore about staying off the minimap. Now the first is an assault rifle, which is the KN-44, because that is the only assault rifle that I personally have confidence in that you will win a gunfight. Now the Vesper is the second choice with this suppressor, just because of the fact that the suppressor doesn't really nerf the range on the Vesper because you're always going to be up close and personal, but if you're trying to shoot from far away, what are you doing if the Vesper not very accurate at long ranges? I really hope these tips helped you out, and if they did, please give me some feedback in the comment section down below. Please remember to give the video a big thumbs up. If you really enjoyed, go check out the channel. If you like the content, click that subscribe button. I really appreciate that. And above all else, have a nice day. Peace!